Hello friends, welcome to Geeky Rabbit. Welcome to our series on Cucumber. So this is our first video in the series and we will start with an introduction to Cucumber. So today our agenda would be to see what is Cucumber, what is Gherkin, what is feature file, and we will see what is BDD and TDD framework and what are the differences. So let's start by looking into what Cucumber is. So Cucumber is a framework that is used to write the BDD, that is the behavioral driven development tests. Cucumber uses BDD framework, which is similar to TDD. In TDD, that is the test driven development model. We start off by writing tests. However, in the behavioral driven development model, we specify the behavior of the system. So consider the case that a customer or a business analyst or any other stakeholders comes to you and asks you to show that what the system delivers. So of course, in this case, we will not show him or her the actual integration tests that we have written in JUnit or by any other framework, by using any other framework. People might not understand each feature if the tests are written in different languages, and it would be hard for them to understand it. So in this case, Cucumber helps us in solving this problem by creating behavior around our test. So now the question arises here is how the behavior is going to help these guys. This is because the behavior are written in such a way that anyone can understand them. So the Cucumber behavior is written in a specific language that is called as Gherkin. So Gherkin is the plain level English text language that Cucumber understands, and it uses the indentation to define the structures. Again, it uses the different keywords to define the behavior, and the different keywords that are used by Gherkins are feature, scenario outline, given, when, then, and, but, background, and examples. So the feature keyword is used to define a feature. Scenario and scenario outline are used to specify the scenarios. Also note that all scenario will be a part of some or the other feature. Given keyword is used to define some precondition. When is used to define some action to be taken by user or browser, and is used as to specify some additional condition, and then is used to apply the assertions. So using all these above keywords, a scenario is defined. Also remember that examples keyword is only used when scenario outline keyword is used, and it is used only when we are doing the parameterization of test. So let us check an example of a feature file. So the feature file will look something like this. So if you can see in here, we have defined the feature, that is the login action. Then the scenario we have defined is that that will be a valid portal login, or means whatever portal you are accessing, that should be valid login. So this is a scenario. So you can have n number of scenarios in one feature, and then using the given, then, when, and but keywords, you can define the scenario. As you can see, it is very easy to read this scenario, and anyone can understand that what will happen after this scenario is executed. So in this way, the BDD framework help us when we want to communicate the behavior of a feature or a system to a non-technical user. So after this, let us see what is TDD, BDD, and its differences. So TDD is the test-driven development model. So in this, the developer will write different tests and will start coding around them. After the developers finish their coding, they will run those tests and see what fails and what has passed. After that, for the failed ones, they will again continue to write the code and run the test again. And this whole cycle will continue until all the test cases have passed. Then after it, the developer will have to do a refactoring. And finally, once refactoring is done, then they will release the code. So in this approach, as seen, unit testing and coding goes hand in hand. And this is in demand because of agile model these days. In Agile, small part of the code is released in sprint that lasts for few weeks. Now, talking about BDD, that is the behavioral driven development model, it is considered as an extension to TDD. In here, we have business requirement and we write test cases against them. First of all the features are identified and then they are listed. Then all the scenarios falling under these features are listed. Again, for each of the scenario, letter tests are written, and passing of all the test cases for all the scenarios will ensure that all the scenarios have been checked and the feature is complete. So in short, BDD framework can also be used during the user acceptance testing. So to pen down a few differences between BDD and TDD, here they are. So in BDD, it will describe the overall behavior of the system, whereas in TDD, it describes the test which act as a requirement for the system. And BDD is altogether customer focused, whereas TDD is development focused. So although we say BDD is a better approach, we must not forget that BDD has actually evolved from TDD and as a way to eliminate the shortfalls of TDD. So there is absolutely no harm in implementing both of this. One to support the quality of code that developer writes, and the other to support the behavior of the system defined by the product owner. So going forward in the series, we will be more focused on BDD as Cucumber is based on it. And that's all. So with this, we come to an end of this video in the series that was on introduction to Cucumber. Hope you have liked it, and do post all your questions, suggestions in the comment section below. Also, see you soon with more Cucumber related content. Until then, have a great day. Thank you and have a good day.